Hi everyone! We are now in the last chapter, Implications of Studying of Child and Adolescent Growth and Development for Educators. So we have here Introduction, how developmental theories impact our work as teachers, and benefits of research in child development. It is believed that knowledge and understanding of child development contributes to effective teaching. Contemporary theories about child development, developmental psychology, and other related fields show that effective teaching is greatly dependent on teachers' knowledge and understanding about their students' growth and development. It is important for an educator to understand child and adolescent growth and development in order to meet the needs of his or her students at best. And by having an understanding of the patterns of their growth and development, educators will be prepared and well equipped to make the appropriate educational choices for his her students. It is serious because the programs that we develop and the lessons or knowledge that we impart to them molds them to become responsible citizens who would make possible positive contributions to our society. So in this chapter, implications and applications of the various theories on child and adolescents development on the process of learning and teaching will be presented. Better understanding of students. Understanding of child and adolescent development helps teachers gain greater insights into how children behave, think, learn, and feel. Teachers' knowledge about their students' knowledge, abilities, behaviors, and needs enables them to create learning situations and environment that cater to the diverse needs and characteristics of the students. Now, research done by Kagan in 1992 further suggests that teachers are most effective in their teaching when they attempt to understand their students as individuals. Knowledge and understanding about children development gives teachers and educators a greater understanding of what is normal. Knowledge and understanding of children development also enables them to identify, detect problems on the student's development, and thus will allow them to plan and implement interventional programs that address these problems or needs of students. So, having a better understanding of students, their patterns, is significant because it gives the educators different ideas and strategies on what they should do to increase their students' interest in studying and let them be comfortable and confident to actively participate in class. Making the school more conducive to students' development. The school is one of the most influential contexts or environments for children's development because children spend most of their time in school. Studies show that schools have an impact on the achievement, socialization, and psychological well-being of the students and influence the students' way of organizing their thoughts and cognition. There is a direct relationship between the achievement of the students and the kind of learning environment that the educators create. Now, there are different ways in order for the educators to create a positive learning environment. Aside from getting to know your students, You should let your students get to know you. This way, you can better reach them and teach them. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it can be an obstacle, and you still have to set limitations. Create a sense of order, that is, managing your classroom and providing them clear behavior and academic expectations right before the start of the class. Example is how to make up with missed assignments or tests due to absence, distribution and collecting of materials, projects, and then groupings. So, address the needs of your students and employ also class building games and activities. Now we go to the how developmental theories impact our work as teachers. Now here is the given situation. Stefano is sitting at the art table using markers. Georgia joins him at the table and begins to cut with scissors. She picks up a paper that Stefano has discarded into the center of the table and begins to cut it into two equal pieces. Stefano looks over at Georgia working, jumps up so quickly that he knocks his chair over and cries out, "No, that is Mom's!" while ripping the paper from her hands. Before his teacher can reach the area, he hits Georgia on the arm with a closed fist. So how does knowing developmental theories guide our work as teachers? Now let us check and imagine about the said scenario. Now, there are multiple perspectives that can be used to interpret Stefano's behavior. Each theory used to interpret his behavior will lead us to a different way to address or begin to resolve this situation. For example, number one, a teacher informed by a psychosocial theory might conclude that Stefano is struggling with the conflict of initiative versus guilt. He is demonstrating his independence in planning and undertaking activities, but he is experiencing conflict about how to communicate these plans to others. This teacher might decide to help Stefano learn strategies for conveying and carrying out his ideas when working with others. So here is the Erikson's psychosocial theory of personality and development. Next, a teacher working from social learning theory may suggest that Stefano has learned this response from observing models in his environment. He is imitating a behavior he observed from another by doing. This teacher will most likely decide to actively model non-aggressive strategies for solving problems. So, social learning theory, we have here the personal factors, behavior, and environmental factors. The social learning theory states that people learn from one another via observation, imitation, and modeling. Next, a teacher informed by ecological theory might conclude that Stefano is being raised in a culture that is accepting of violent conflict resolution. This teacher may also continue her partnership with his family by engaging in dialogue about this topic. So, ecological theory. Next, we have here number 4, a teacher knowledgeable of cognitive developmental theory may think that Stefano has constructed from past experiences a mental schema that involves solving problems with force. This teacher might provide concrete experiences in which non-aggressive solution. So here it is important to have knowledge on developmental theories for you to be able to identify or determine what affects your learner's behavior and be able to provide strategies or solution to the given situation. Now we go now to the benefits of research in child development. 1. Teachers will understand their students' behavior and abilities. Educators will be able to identify students' behaviors that make them at risk of poor academic achievement. Children benefit from research when it is used appropriately and thoughtfully, combined with the insights of experienced practitioners to create what has been called evidence-based practice. 2. It helps educators to create an educational environment that promotes healthy development of all children. Research gives early childhood practitioners and policymakers essential knowledge to use in making decisions on behalf of young children and families. The goal is to integrate the best available research evidence with the wisdom and values of professionals and families. The best teacher is not the one who fills the student's mind with the largest amount of factual data in a minimum of time, or who develops some manual skill almost to the point of uncanniness, but rather the one who kindles an inner fire, arouses moral enthusiasm, inspires the student with a vision of what she may become, and reveals the worth and permanency of moral and spiritual and cultural values. Harold Garnet Black. So that's the end of the presentation. Thank you for listening and keep safe, everyone. Bye!